Well, here we are again, and welcome, just like every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Welcome to Portsmouth Coffee Talks Evening Edition Show. I'm Slim Overton, and I'm here with our host, moderator of the Thursday evening shows, Miss Leah Drake Stitt. How you doing, Leah?
Hello, hello.
Along with the Colonel, co-host, the Colonel, who's on location. How you doing, Colonel? Well, I hope. Well, we'll come back to Colonel. He's on location, so might not can hear us right now. But anyway, we have a special guest with us this evening. But before Leah introduces him, make sure if you're watching on YouTube that you like, subscribe, comment, and share. And even if you're on live on Facebook, like us, comment, and be involved along with our guest tonight. So, Leah, it's your show.
Wonderful. Good evening, everyone. And I am extremely pleased to introduce our guest of the evening, and none other than Mr. Carlton Copeland. But before I get into his full introduction, I need to express a few condolences to some individuals in the community. Joyce Watson Cherry, who's the mother of Crystal Hawthorne, Christian and Roderick Hawthorne's grandmother. Roderick and Kristen has been on the show, and Roderick has moderated a few times on the show. And we want to extend our condolences to their family. Joyce was from the class of 1965 from IC Norcom. Her funeral will be at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Truth Transformation Ministries. We also lost Lawrence Manning. His service is on Saturday at 11 a.m. at St. John's Church. Also, we lost a young man, Wesley Harrison James. Wesley service is at Grove Baptist Church at 11 a.m. on the 11th. And also our very own Ambassador Bismarck Myrick, who will be funeralized on the 12th at 11 o'clock at the Third Baptist Church. And although we've had a lot of sadnesses, we've had some congratulations as well. We'd like to congratulate Elliot Moody, the new General District Judge in the city of Portsmouth. So congratulations to the Moody family. Our condolences to the Myrick family, to the Harrison James family, the Manning family, and the Watson Hawthorne family. Please know that we're extending our love and our prayers to each and every one of you. So Carlton, now on to the good note, Carlton. Carlton is a native of Portsmouth,
Yes,
Virginia.
ma'am.
His only mistake is that he's a graduate of Manor High School, but we will not hold that against him, okay? Carlton has also, but one good thing about him, he attended Norfolk State University. So behold the green and gold, Carlton. Carlton is the father.
Got that right.
Carlton is the father of 8 children. He has a loving wife. And even though he has 8 children and a loving wife, he has worn many hats, including husband, father, Little League football coach, assistant commissioner, AAU Youth Girls Program, co-founder, youth Sunday school teacher, concession stand volunteer, and a volunteer at Spring Mills High School in Martinsburg, West Virginia. In 2012, Carlton founded the Blacktop Basketball AAU program and co-founded the Run and Gun program. Now, Carlton is no stranger to the community. He's been involved in the community since 2015 in the Cavalier Manor community. When he got back into this area, he set out to give back to his childhood neighborhood of Cavalier Manor. He began hosting free basketball camps through Portsmouth Parks and Recreation, and his passion extended to volunteering at the girls' high school level at Woodrow Wilson High School and Western Branch High School. Carlton also in 2020 founded a purpose-driven, a 5013C nonprofit organization. And since its inception, a purpose driven has been a cornerstone of the Cavalier Manor community and the city of Portsmouth. The organization hosts various community events, including Peace Walk, Peace Day, toy giveaways, back to school giveaways, turkey donations, Halloween trunk or treat events, family-friendly community cookouts, a purpose-driven also partners with other local nonprofits and city agencies to have a positive impact throughout the city. And he is dedicated to the advancement of youth, families, neighborhoods in his beloved Portsmouth, Virginia. And I can say, Carlton, I have attended some of those events that you have given, and they have all been outstanding. So we are happy to have anyone on our program who's advancing the cause within our city. So, Carlton, welcome to Portsmouth Coffee Talk. And at this time, I give you an opportunity to have an opening statement.
Well, good evening. I would like to thank Portsmouth Coffee Talk, Slim and Miss Stiff, and the Colonel for having me on. This is my second time on, but I just want to thank you, and first of all, thank God for allowing me to be in the position that I am in now. And every day that I move and all that I do, I give Him the glory. So I'm only doing what He asked me to do and do my assignment. He said, Carlton, go get the people, I'll do the rest. So I have enjoyed the journey. I enjoyed the work and the labor, and I look forward to what God is going to do the rest of this year and in the future with the movement that's happening here in the city of Portsmouth with all the able bodies and organizations and city officials that's working together. I'm excited. And once again, I thank you guys for having me on so I can spread my word that God is good and that He will continue to take care of us.
Thank you, Carlton. And Carlton, and as you continue to do all that
You're
you
welcome.
do in the community, I want you to share with our audience your peace camp, which takes place usually during the spring break for our young people. So share with the audience what you do and who you invite to come out to see your youth doing peace camp.
Well, Little Stiff, it did, 2023 was our third annual Peace Week. And what Peace Week is when the kids are out of school during spring break, a purpose-driven blacktop basketball. We partner with Parks and Recreation at Cavalier Manor Center and gym in the complex. And what we do, Monday through Friday, we have the gym from 9 to 3 o'clock, and we do registration online, and we invite the kids to register. And when the kids register on the first day, we have opening speakers every day, typically anywhere from the mayor to the chief of police or the sheriff or pastors to come in and do an opening for the kids. And then what we do, we have an hour rotation. It's a workshop where we invite local organizations and individuals to come in to host workshops. So each workshop we set up at a table, and typically there's 10 to 12 kids per station, and every hour we rotate from STEM to mental health to tennis to mental. The sheriff department will come in, the police department took a whole day this year. So it's all of our community partners that we invite to come out to work with the kids, to help them be more versatile and to give them something positive and a safe place to be during spring break. The partnership with Parks and Rec, they provide the lunch for the kids. So we take time out for the lunch. We have outdoor activities where they go out and play kickball and obviously tennis. This past year, we was able to add sports camps to our Peace Week, which happened once the instructional part ended at 3 o'clock. And then they would go to the sports field. We had cheering, we had baseball, we had football and soccer. So we thank our athletic partners for coming out, teaching and working with the kids Monday through Friday. And we even added a referee and umpire camp that was hosted this year. And we had 4 of our youth, our teens, to get certified to be able to umpire and to referee. And that's something that we want to continue to do with us being involved in youth athletics with PYBL and football and baseball. We want to be able to get our kids that's not athletically inclined or choose to play sports to still be involved by starting a career in umpiring and refereeing. So we always have a great time. Other organizations bring their kids over. This year, Little Homies came over and they brought about 30 or 40 people over. And so Wednesday, we broke a record. It was over 100 people at Peace Week on Wednesday. So we adjusted And we had a great time. They had a great time. So we continue to want to work with other organizations like we've been doing. And then on Saturday is the grand finale we call Peace Day, where we invite the community out and city organizations, because we feel that if we can bring the resources to the people, then they'll have a better opportunity to know what direction they can go in if they need any help from any of the services that we provide here in the city. We have a DJ. We always cooking, so we feed.
Yeah, you're quite a grill master.
CC's chicken.
You're quite a grill master. I've tasted the food you prepared. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I just want to thank everybody that makes it possible. It definitely takes a village to be able to do the work, and it can be tiresome, but it's the joy of seeing people coming out and getting together, because we know that when we can have an event and we can have 100 or 200 people come out from many facets of life and have no incidences and no disturbances, then we're moving in the right direction. And I believe the proof is in the pudding, because Cavalry Mountain is working and moving vibrantly these days. The center and that heartbeat of the center of Cavalry Mountain, which is the Sportsplex, is active 6 days a week now. So we have accomplished our mission on making sure that we worked diligently over the years to keep the Cavalry Mountain relevant. And it is definitely taken off. And I want to give kudos to, everyone who's participated and helped and supported.
And Carlton, and the most wonderful thing about it all is that when we come out to see you engaged in these programs that you have, your wife and your children, some of your children, not all 8, but some of your children are usually out there with you, helping you, and it becomes a family affair in giving back to the community. So we want to give kudos to your wife and your children as well for being there to assist you as you all go about the business of giving back to the community. So Carlton, I want to ask you about, you involved with the Virginia Center for Public Safety. And they're going to have 2 events coming up in Portsmouth. Am I correct on this?
Yeah.
Could
Yes,
you share
you
some
are.
information? Could you share some information on this, please?
Yes, you can. The Virginia Center of Public Safety and Ms. Gail Reynolds and Dr. Hayes had invited me to participate in the month of October, Nonviolent Month. And there's 2 programs that will be happening. The first program will be on October 12th from 12 to 3 at Neighborhood Facility. And what it is a basketball showcase. So we want to make sure that we get our kids involved. And so they put me in charge and asked me to organize the basketball event, the showcase. So we're going to have 40 youth from Portsmouth and Norfolk and surrounding cities to participate in 2 games. The first game will be made up of 2 teams with the age groups of 8 to 12, and they will play. And then we will have some other activities going on at halftime, speakers and those type of things, making sure we get the message out on why we're assembling and what we're doing, stopping violence and saving lives. The big push now, we want to save lives. And when we have the kids and the parents in our attendance, we know that they're safe, and that particular time, all of our lives are being saved. So the next age group is 13 to 15, and we will have the second game that day. There will be some food and refreshments offered that day, but most importantly, the message is saving lives. And on the 26th will be the closeout of the month program, which will consist of the arts. So we have a group of kids from the city of Portsmouth that's putting in a lot of time and a lot of work, making sure that they get their performances together. It's definitely an event you don't want to miss. It's an event you do want to attend. So make sure you do mark your calendar for October 5th, 12th, and October 26th. Those things are definitely important. It's right here in the city of Portsmouth at Neighborhood Facility, which is on Elm Avenue. So make sure you attend that for the basketball tournament, and the Voices, Vision, and Victory coming together as one program, which is on the 26th, will be held at the New Mount Olivet Baptist Church on 1000 County Street. So make sure that's from 11 to 2 that you come out and support the kids and the relationship that's being built with the Virginia Center of Public Safety and the Portsmouth community. I'm excited to be a part of it, and I know that Ms. Gail and Dr. Hayes is making sure that they're doing everything they can to support the efforts of saving lives. So make sure you come out for that.
And so that definitely helps with the goal that you have of bridging the gap between the community and the law enforcement. So I think that's an excellent situation which is going to take place in the city of Portsmouth.
Yes.
Now, you started off with basketball.
Correct.
So do you still have the basketball camps for the youth? And if so, what age groups? How often do they meet? Where do they meet? And what does a parent have to do in order to get their child signed up for the program?
Leah, yes, I am still involved in basketball. Actually, we just had a meeting yesterday for
PYBL. I must say that you were a basketball player back in the day, right?
Yes, I did play basketball. I was a two-sport athlete.
What school was that?
That was Mountain High School, Marching Mighty Mustangs. You guys,
okay, I just wanted to be sure. I wasn't sure about that. I just want to be sure.
You guys are not going to put me. I'm standing.
And I'm not going to bring up what I told you I wasn't going to bring up. Last Friday.
Right. It's the city of Portsmouth. If you're in Portsmouth, you expect this type of stuff between Norcom and Manor. So we can
exactly.
How about that?
Yes, indeed. So Leah, the basketball camps, when the gym was closed for the summer, we kind of sort of got away from it. And so I have no camps registered at this time, but I am still heavily involved with PYBL, which is Portsmouth Youth Basketball League, that starts October 7th. Season starts in January, ends in March. From the ages of 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 are the 4 age divisions that we have. And the parents can go to Portsmouth Parks and Recreation website and sign up their kids. Make sure you choose the correct center that you want your kids to play out of. So they have Cavalier Manor, J.E. Parker, and neighborhood facility to choose from. So that's the most important thing that we want the parents to know. When you sign your kids up, it is free, but you do have to have your kids sign up in order for them to start practicing. They can't practice unless they signed up. So I would like to say, yes, I am a championship coach. Cavalier Manor rep well last year in PYBL. We won all 3 division championships last year in regular season. So we're the champs in Portsmouth. So we're looking to repeat. And if you really want to play youth basketball in the city of Portsmouth, come over to Cavalier Manor with the champs.
With the winners. Tell it.
And so we're very excited. You know, last year the program had the most kids sign up that I've seen sign up for PYBL. It was over 500 youth that signed up. And over at Cavalier Manor, we had 150. We had 10 teams that we was responsible for. And so we was excited to be able to get through the season and then come out victorious in 7, 9, 10, 12, and 13, 15 age divisions as regular season champs.
You know, and that's a way too to get the kids off of the street so that they would not become involved with alternative ways of finding fun in the community, which is detrimental to them as well as to the community as a whole. So I commend you for that, Carlton, as well as all the others who are working with you to provide those services for our youth. But
Carlton, I like to say, you know, we want the kids to come out as well, but you know, we always looking for volunteers. We're looking for team moms. We're looking.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah, we're looking for coaches as well. If you have a heart and a passion to see the kids progress and you have patience, you know, definitely join the fight. You know, I don't want the knucklehead coaches. It's not about us. It's not about our egos. It's not about trying to relive your basketball career through the kids. It's really about making sure these kids are getting the attention, you know, and that's why our purpose driven was started after Blacktop basketball, because we seen that it was more services needed besides just basketball. So we created a purpose driven because we found out that with what was going on in the city, we all are God's children. He gives all of us a gift and a talent. So your purpose is what we want you to find, and we can help you, but we want the kids to understand that they have a purpose and they are somebody. So even the least of them is the ones we want to give the attention to, not the ones that's great at the time, but we want to make sure the least of them are being recognized and given the attention to be able to get better. So we strive ourselves on fundamental basketball, teaching them the game and discipline. There's only one way to do it in my book, and that's the right way. So I like practicing without a ball.
Yes, yes, yes. And and Carlton, another event that you had, which I truly enjoyed, was your Christmas gift giveaway at Cavalier Manor for the children.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you had that handsome Santa Vic there.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
the most handsome Santa in the area. Do you hear me?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
share a little bit about how you all gave all these amazing gifts to the children of Cavalier Manor for the Christmas.
Well, there, when you talk about Christmas, I'll be remiss, and I'm sorry that it's taken me so long in the interview to give kudos and shout outs and the highest praise to my sister and my cousin Dion Copeland and Tania Bailey, who are my right hand and my left hand, and they've been working with me over the years. So it's not just me. Trust and believe that it's not just me. It's more people behind a purpose-driven and blacktop basketball, but besides Carlton Copeland. But I do stand strong on the fact that God gave me this mission, and He brought me back in 2015 for me to be at the right place at the right time to do the right thing. So I don't apologize for that, but I do appreciate Dion, Antonia, Tracy Richardson, like I said, my wife, my children.
Yes.
They spent a lot of time without me doing things because I'm out here working and working the nonprofit and doing God's business. So they have definitely helped me get to this point by allowing me to be me, to do what I needed to do. But back to
go back to Santa Vic now.
Santa was Dion's idea. Dion is very resourceful. She's been in the city just as long as I have. She's an entrepreneur in the city, and she does hair 2000 on. So she's very resourceful, and she found Santa. And in the last 2 years, he's definitely been there supporting us, showing up. And his only criteria most of the time is make sure he get fish and chicken. So I definitely make sure that
I can
happens.
understand that.
Yes. I'm outside on the grill and the fryer. So Dion and Tania and my family, they really take care the toy drive part, making sure everybody's treated fairly and everything's collected. The drop-off spot is Dion's shop on Loudon Drive, I believe it is, in Portsmouth. I'll get the correct address before I get off the show. I don't know the number, but I know it's on Loudon Drive. Just Hair 2000. We use that as a drop-off spot, and collection starts on October 5th. So you can start dropping toys off. You can go to our website, which is www.apurposedriven.com, or you can go to Facebook or Purpose Driven. And if you like to donate, you can go to my Cash App, which is $ Purpose Driven. And we just put the word out into our communities and our community partners that's been supporting us. This year will be our 9th year doing our toy giveaway. So we're very excited that the families that we take care of and the people who come out and see the smiles on the kid faces. Last year we had the basketball program from Manor to come out to work with the kids. And, because Cavalier Manor has a gym and a center, so we was able to open the gym up and have the teams that play with the kids in the community that showed up. And it was really, every year has been a blessing. We've had enough to be able to take care of families that's our in need, that come out and know that we are there to provide for them.
Carlton, you are definitely a purpose-driven organization, in as much as your president was recently diagnosed with alopecia. And the purpose-driven program did something for her and for others who may be suffering with alopecia. Can you share what you all have done in the community?
Yes. Last year, it came about. We tried to do events in Cavalier Manor. We try to tag it along with something that's significant and that's something that's important. So last year, Alopecia Month, we did a bike ride, I believe, for alopecia. And so Dion does have alopecia. And so we wanted to support her, and we reached out to the I believe it's the Tidewater Alopecia Center, and they came out to the bike ride and set up a information table. We got T-shirts made making awareness for alopecia. This year, we was in a parade, the Fishbowl Parade, and for alopecia for the month of October. So we try to do things that's to bring awareness to what's close to us. And definitely, that is definitely close to us, with her being my sister and well loved throughout the city. So we just ask for continued support when you see us doing things. Just know that we're doing it for the right reasons, and that our heart's in it for the right reasons. And anything that we do, we want to be able to give back to the community that's been supporting us, and that's always been a focus. Support us, and we'll support the community and the kids.
And you know what? And because you've been so good over the few things that God has given you,
Yes,
He has
ma'am.
blessed you even further than you probably thought you would be at this time. You have a new facility that you're opening up. So that new
Yeah.
facility on 2701 Columbus Avenue, and it's going to be
Absolutely.
called the Dream Center. Share
Yes,
with us
ma'am.
about the Dream Center.
The Dream Center is dear to me, not just the name, but the structure, the four walls and the roof. Because as a teenager, I remember, like it was yesterday, asking God to bless me with a building. Because at a young age, I was into parties and dances and just people. And I've seen the value of the building. You know, in high school, I worked at the bingo hall with the Fosters, and I just seen what
Yes.
four walls could do when it came with just gathering and being able to have people come through your door. And so I remember asking God for a building. And so I was probably 15 or 16. And, you know, now that I'm only around 26, 27,
Okay,
you know,
26.
Premature gray.
Premature gray, he said.
Yes, absolutely. So it's dear to me because it's the journey that I'm happy about, and that I was proud to be able to live, to see him move me, my family, and do all that he has allowed me to do to give me what I asked for when I was 15 or 16 years old. And so the Dream Center is at 2701 Columbus Avenue. It's the old St. Mark building. I found out yesterday that after St. Mark moved to Elliott Street, there was another church to move in here, and the name of this church is Mount Sinai.
Yes, Mount
I was at an
Sinai.
event. I was at an event yesterday and spoke, and the lady came up to me and gave me the biggest hug because her and her husband used to pastor at Mount Sinai, and when she found out that I had the church property, she was so excited. So she actually emailed me today, and we're going to get together, and they're going to come over and see the building. So I'm very happy with the renovations. The building was built in 1940, and it's still the original brick walls, you know, brick and block. So we was able to put in a lot of work and time to make sure it looks well. And so I invite anybody to come past. We're looking to open in November. It is a community center, and we're going to do exactly what we've been doing since I got back in 2015. I love the kids. We'll keep pressing for the kids and the families, but I know that he has me in Prentice Park in this area to help revive the community, to help be a common place where people can come and know that they're safe and know that they have a purpose. We're going to pour into them. We're going to help them turn their lives around. We're going to use our community resources to guide them in the right directions, because we know it takes a village. So a purpose-driven and a dream center may not be able to satisfy everybody's needs and wants, but there's enough of us in the city right now that has the resources that we will make a phone call and get them hooked up with the right people to supply their needs or their wants. So we're going to do after school care Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays from 3 to 7:30. And then the rest of the week, we're going to have programming. We're going to have people coming in and doing different things community-wide on those days. So we're excited. You know, I'm a firm believer that God's going to show me the way. It's not completely done or decorated, because I want the community to have a say-so of how it looks and what we put in it. I want to give them some ownership and seeing it go from new to fantastic, and they have a hand in making sure that that happens.
And and that community is truly in need of a community center. So it's a good thing that you have gone to that community. And I think you can be a blessing to the youth in that community and giving them something to do after school, as well as providing them with the knowledge that they need so that they will learn what it is to be a good citizen of the city of Portsmouth. And I'm sure that
Absolutely.
you and your team will do that. I know Miss TNT Bailey, Miss
Yeah.
TNT, I know she's going to do her thing. And she did put up the address for um, the beauty salon. She did
Yes.
put the address up on screen. So those of you who may be asking about the drop-off spot, drop off Just Hair 2000, 714 London Boulevard, Portsmouth, Virginia 23707. So you've done so much, you and your team. Like you said, you don't do it by yourself. You have a good team that's been working with you and providing these services for the youth in the city of Portsmouth. Is there anything else that I may not have seen that you would like to share with the audience?
Well, right now I'm sitting in the Dream Center. You can see behind me. This is
I see it. I want to ask you about that. I love it. I love
it's
the pictures. Dr. Holly. There's that Louise Lucas over to my right.
yes.
Ketanji Jackson, the Obamas. That is history. And
Who's
it's
that?
important that we teach our
That's,
children their history. It's important that they know these people who paved the way for them to make it, to become who they want to be.
let me
That is
see.
gorgeous.
Do
I
you
like
know
that.
who these three are? Let me see if I can't get my camera right. Those three that's behind me. Where's my camera? No, this way. Well, we have legends. We have Oliver Barber, we have Jeffrey Wilson, and we have
Yes.
Malcolm up there. So we
You
have
got Mr. Norcom up there. I see Mr. Norcom. I see
Elliot
Mr.
up
Norcom.
there. And,
I see Mr. Norcom up there.
yep. So
Oh,
Dante
yes. You have a
Warren,
great.
which is a local artist.
Yes.
Yes,
Who?
Dante Warren, which is a local artist. He volunteered his time and energy to come in here and do this. Missy Elliott is on the wall. If I get out of the way.
Yes, you have everybody up in here. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we're community based. You know what I mean? If you have a talent, you have a skill, you can come and see us. Leah, right now, like I said, November, we're looking to do our opening, but October 31st, Halloween, we are doing our first trunk or treat here at 2701 Columbus Avenue at the Dream Center. We have some community partners. We have Cadillac Club. We have the Finney First Foundation. We have the Impact Center, Serena Man, which is down the street. Portsmouth Police Department's coming out, partnering with us. So we just want to give all our neighborhood and community partners a shout out for helping us be able to do this. So we're excited. We got some other things that we're looking to do here on the property because we do have a nice yard and we do have property land across the street. So that's what I'm really excited about because we're able to invite and do basically anything here on the land here at the Dream Center. And we're just excited about being able to do that. And obviously, Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming up and we'll continue to do our toy giveaway. And the beauty of it is we'll continue the trunk or treat out Capitol Manor on Halloween as well. So we're not going to take what God has allowed us to build in Capitol Manor and not continue with it. So we will continue to support Capitol Manor and be in the community and also look for other partners to help us strengthen our push here in the Prentice Park community with the Prentice Park Civil League and the surrounding other organizations that's working in this area. That's really Chief Jenkins' big push with Portsmouth United. And I know that God has strategically placed these organizations around the city for a reason. So now is the call to ring the bell for us to just close the gap and, hold hands and come closer together so we can gather our neighborhoods and our communities and continue to push of saving lives and turning these young people into what God created them to be, and to take them back from the world and bring them back into His fold. So I'm excited to be here and to know the other community partners that's around me, to be able to work together to do great things.
I was wondering how you were going to do, what were you going to do with Cavalier Manor, since that was your beginning. So I'm glad to see that you will continue the work that you've been doing in Cavalier Manor as you embrace the new community there on Columbus Avenue. So, and
Absolutely.
you
We
and
were able to live to build relationships. It was kind of daunting and up in the air if we were gonna turn our backs and run to Columbus and leave Cavalier Manor alone, but that's not what God intended for us to do. So the relationships that we've built in Cavalier Manor, because it is about the community, so it will be a Cavalier Manor community trunk or treat every year. And so it'll be made up of community leaders and the community itself. We have Cavalier Manor softball and baseball that's participating. We have Cavalier Manor football, the Portsmouth Bruins. We have the Civic League, and then we have Portsmouth Parks and Rec that's all on board. So I've spoken with all of them, and Marissa Adams, who does Sisters of Service, who operates her program out of Cavalier Manor Center on Saturdays. You can look her up. Her information is in the center, so she's gonna step in to be a voice, to organize and work with the other organizations to make sure that it goes off well. And I have all of the belief. I spoke with her this evening, and she's excited. So the flyer should be coming out tomorrow, or the next day, that there is a Cavalier Manor trunk or treat, and the Purpose Driven will be on Columbus Avenue at the Dream Center as well. So we're not turning our backs. We're just going to continue to build and trust God that He will provide the rest like He's always done.
now, how will a parent get their child involved in the Dream Center? What do they have to do in order to have their children involved in the Dream Center?
They can go to our website. Like I said, it's www.purposedriven.com. We have the application on our website. We also have our information trifold flyer in there, so they can read some information on it. It looks like this, and it has a QR code on the back that they can scan if they get it in their hands to take them right to the website, and they can register. Like I said, they can come past the Dream Center. We have a sign out front with the information on it, with the QR code on it. They can scan it. Like I said, next month we will be here, and they can stop past. We're not looking to open the doors and be full. We're looking for 25 to 30 kids to embrace after school. And if we get many, we'll address that issue. But, with our capacity, we only going to do about 30 kids. But we'll definitely involve the community in everything else that we do. We haven't really discussed what we're going to do before 3 o'clock, but I have some things in mind. I'll throw a fill out there. If you need to be stretched, they have stretch labs and stuff going on. It could be an opportunity for us to be providing some services like that, healthy services, some senior services that, I know my seniors like to get out early and get back in, but the possibilities are unlimited. So I believe in trusting and waiting to see what God will have me to do. I waited 6 years to get to this point because I bought the building in 2018. So I've had the land in the building for 6 years. So I believe in trusting God, and when you wait on Him, He'll make it easy on you. So I'm a firm believer of that. So He told me, when you open the doors, people be waiting to get in. So I'm a trust Him and just keep my head level and my faith strong.
Where everything is in His time. We
In
like to
His
rush things and think it's supposed to be in our time, but everything happens in His time.
His
Sometimes we
time.
just got to be still, just be still and wait to see what
Yes,
He has in store for us. So I tell you, so you've been still and He's providing. So that's a great thing. Now, Carlton, let me
absolutely.
ask you this. We so often do programs for children, and then we send our children back into those environments that are not enriching for them. Are you planning anything for parents to engage parents? We need to start beginning to engage our parents as well as our children.
Yes, Leah, we will welcome our parents. We were just discussing that we will have an information center here in the Dream Center for parents for those resources. We're not going to say that we can aid all parents, and we know that there's a need in the holistic bond of things, but we won't turn parents away. Actually, we want to engage our parents because if they're in lack of or in need of or just need somewhere to be for a moment, the Dream Center is here. They can come and sit, they can come and get a prayer, and they can come and get resources. But we will use those days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to do events and open the doors for the parents. And anyone that's out there that has a program for the parents or have a program for the kids, please look us up. This space is not deemed ours for our own use. No, it's a community center, and we're going to use it for that. So if you have a program that you need a space to do your program, or you need kids to be able to get your message across, and you have a message for the kids or the parents, definitely if you have information for the parents, or a program or a seminar, give us a call. I mean, we can host it here, and we'll definitely do things in the spring outside for the parents. We're looking to do food drives, and we're looking to do clothes giveaways, and use our relationship to be able to do everything that we've already done. We've done these things here on Columbus in the 6 years that we've been here. So the community is aware that, when they smell the food, it's okay to walk through the gate. When they see the tables out with clothes on it, they know they can come over and get a bag and go shopping. Cost you nothing. So we want to continue to do that with our kids and our parents. So anything that we do with the parents and kids are going to be involved. It's not going to be a drop-off service. We want you to come in. We want to see your face. We want to shake your hand. We want to look in your eyes. We want to, see if you hurt and see if you need issues. Give you a hug if you need it, and to let you know that we're here. A lot of times you have to engage parents where they are and ask that, ask the question. A lot of times it's what you're doing, how you feeling. Maybe they just need, what do you need? Are you in trouble?
Yes.
Are you hurting?
Yes.
So we got to ask the question that's not asked, and then be able to provide them with information that they can use, or get them connected with somebody that can service them and meet them where they are. The Dream Center is a place where you can come to dream. And I'm not saying that anything is limited here. You won't know until you try.
That's right. That's right. James, did you have any questions? I'm sorry. I just kind of. James?
Yeah, I was going to see if Colonel had any questions, since he's been patiently
Colonel,
waiting.
do you have any questions?
Okay, Colonel might not be in there, but if I may, I might. I just wanted to ask, Carlton. I think you said you were guided by your faith, and I was just wondering, early on, I can remember before I laced up and put on those sneakers to play for IC Norcom, the great IC Norcom.
Again,
There were some influences in the neighborhood. Were there some influences in the neighborhood that sort of also guided you before you got into the, before you were saved or something like that? But coming up as a youngster, we had many influences in our neighborhood, and which is sort of extending on to what you're doing now. Somebody that influenced you, or something you saw, at an early age, that's sort of guiding you now, along with your faith, of course.
I put it on family. I come from a big family. My, mother had, my grandmother had, on my mother's side, 7 kids, and my grandmother on my father's side had 8. So it was always family. It was always togetherness. It was always gathering. We always took care of ourselves. There was never a dull moment. There was always cousins and aunts and uncles and family gatherings. So I was an introvert as a child. So I spent a lot of time up under my mom in the room with the ladies. So I observed and heard a lot. And, my dad and my uncles and my grandfathers were, men of dress. So I kind of sort of was an old soul at a young age and knew that there was something different about me. So, being brought up in the church, New Hope Baptist Church on Gus Lane, that's my family church. My ancestors helped start the church. Both sides of my family is from St. Julius Creek. I know about gardening. I know about outhouses. So, I have that in my blood. So it makes a difference when you understand the struggle and it's instilled in you. If you're going to do something, do it right, and to have faith and to work hard. And hard work, outweighs talent when talent don't work hard. So when you have talent and you're willing to work hard, then, God will use you to do his will. So I always knew that God had his hand on me. He was always tugging on me. He was always showing me. He was always keeping me safe in the neighborhood, on the corner. I'm from Portsmouth, so I'm not exempt from what the city is all about. And, some people may be shocked to hear it, but no, I'm part of the city like everybody else. I'm no standout. I'm just have a testimony that God kept me. I was the one on the corner with flip flops and polo shirts and plaid shorts back in the day. If you roll past, you're like, that dude shouldn't be out there. He ain't even dressed right. But that was me. I love my community. I love my neighborhood. I wouldn't change anything about it. The older guys in the community always showed me favor in the streets, and they wouldn't let us do but so much. But I knew that the ones that were the dudes in the neighborhood, that they cared for me a little different than the rest of my friends, letting me drive their car and doing different things. So I was an old soul, so it just kept me going. And God allowed me to always reach the highest pinnacle in whatever I was doing with the least effort. So I kind of knew I was favored, in sports and gifted and talent and things that I did. And I was just doing it because I could. And so it just continued to snowball, to have eight children.
And one other thing, Leah, before you go back, because the conversation you were having between you two was such a great conversation. There was no need to interfere with that. That was great. That was, I didn't want to interfere, but I wanted to just bring this up. Wanted to bring this up. Even though you're getting
James, Carlton, I told James, I learn from the best. I study him on a daily basis. Go ahead, James.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I just wanted to bring up, when we talked offline, you mentioned about the support you're getting from the recreation department.
Right.
And, it's been a struggle. You've been doing this since like 2016 or something like that, 16, 17. And it's always been, kind of a struggle, but, your faith in God has always led the way. But I just wanted people to know that even though, it was a time when a lot of money came through the city and a lot of the leadership was trying to figure out who was doing what, or questioning certain groups if they were really doing some good out there and holding up the money but a lot of your money has come from donations from the community, and of course some grants that open up for you. And it's not a lot coming from the city. And I just wanted to let people know that this is a worthwhile program or ongoing program. And you notice the way they were talking, it's year round. It's not something that's seasonal.
Right.
We have a baseball season and it's over. What he's doing is year round, Christmas, and developing teamwork and leadership with these youngsters. So, it's important for us to contribute or to donate to the cause as well, and not think that it's like the school system fully funded.
Right.
But we need the help from the communities, because it's a great investment into our futures, everybody's future, whether you have children participating or not. The future is the children, whether they're yours or not. So I just wanted to bring that up so people will know that, the need to donate to worthy causes like like you,
Exactly.
or projects like you do year in and year out, and the dedication that you and your family and others, put into this. It's a labor of love. It's a labor of
Yes.
love that's worth contributing to. So I just want to let you, the money is not pouring in, folks. We need to help out as a community.
Yes. So, like I said, you can go to the dollar sign A Purpose Driven to our Cash App. You can go to our website as well, www.apurposedriven.com, and you can find us on Facebook at A Purpose Driven. As far as Parks and Rec, none of this would have been possible without Mark Palmachek believing in me. I think I moved back April 2015. I think it was June that I was in the conference room at Parks and Rec having a meeting, because the work didn't start when I got back. The work started when I was away. So when I moved back, I was already prepared for the work that I needed to do. So all of this is new, but it's old. It was already shown to me. When I left here in 2000, the last thing I was doing was going to Suffolk to Sleepy Hollow Park to book a date to have an event, because God told me then, you get the people, I'll do the rest. But after that visit, that's when I got my transfer. So I left. And so the first thing I did when I got back, I went back to Sleepy Hollow Park, found out how much it was, and we started having family, friends, and community days out Sleepy Hollow Park 3 years straight.
And the city owned Sleepy Hole at that time, right?
Yes, Sleepy Hollow, yes.
Even though
So
it was in Suffolk.
yes, and so we would, I thought, told Mark and Cliff Jones that I wanted to manage the whole corner in Cavalier Manor. That's Greenwood down Cavalier down Tazewell. And so, their eyes lit up like, what is this dude talking about? But I knew that what God would have me to do. And so I continued to press forward until that happened, meaning that there was a day where we had all three sports going on. When we had baseball, when we had football, we had basketball, when we had the heartbeat of Cavalier Manor, functioning with people moving through it. And so it's not that I'm boasting or bragging. I'm just true to my assignment, and the proof is in his pudding. And it wasn't about me. It wasn't that I did it. It was that he was leading me to make the phone calls, to make the relationships, to say the right things, to do the right things in order for people to see what was happening. And so I want to thank everybody that supported. And like I say, we don't have a big cash cow that we run to. It's personal donations from friends and business owners. The casino has helped us out since they've been here. Parks and Rec, in-kind donation with the fields and the facilities and their staff supporting us when we do our events. So I just see that it all lined up and it's happening the way God would have it to happen. And like I said, I'm patient enough to know that if we continue to do the work, then he'll continue to provide some way, somehow. And that if somebody's heart is touched and somebody would like to donate, then they can do that. We need gutters on the side of the building. So there's things that we still need. It's not, it's two sides that we need gutters and downspouts for. So there are some things that, we want to do. We just been blessed with Hurricane Fences come aboard to provide us an in-kind donation. So it's just reaching out. When God gives you an assignment, then he will provide. I totally believe that.
And Carlton, this is really showing the family love. Kayla says, so proud of you, Father. Keep up the good work. Oh, what a blessing. What a blessing.
Yeah.
But Carlton,
I had to show that.
Yes. It all goes back to, Carlton, when you have a love for what you do and your heart is in the right place, God will provide.
Yes, he will.
I know, because for 27 years I ran Sankofa Cultural and Learning Center. We didn't get not one grant. We got very few donations, but God blessed us where we were able to take those youth to Alabama, to South Carolina, to Louisiana. I mean, we took all types of trips every summer with our youth, and because God provided, we
Yes.
didn't go begging, But whoever, if they were willing to give, we accepted it. But when your heart is in the right place and you're doing the right thing for the right reason, He will provide what you need in order for you to get to where you need to be. And they
Amen to
asked me,
that.
am I bringing Sankofa back? I said, at my age, I don't think so. I think I paid the price. 27 years, I paid my dues. So I'm sure that because your heart is so good, you can tell your heart is good from the love of your family and those in the community who surround you. And the work that you're doing is out of love. And because
Yes,
that work out of love, he will provide. He will provide.
and he
And I
has.
can, yes, yes,
He
yes. And
has.
he will continue. He will continue. And the blessings will be overflowing. So just
Well,
keep up the great work. Keep up the great works that you're doing. Um, keep your family involved with you. Keep those folks who stood by you from the very beginning with you. And God's blessings will continue to overflow. So I want our time. Boy, this time went by too quickly today. I got
it
I
did.
got a I got a whole pad of questions, but you know what James does? Sometimes I think James reads my mind, because he went right to a question that I had on my book, but he does it every week. So it's not
Right.
anything special. But Carlton, I want to say I am so very proud of you. I'm so very
Thank you.
blessed that God allowed you to cross my
Thank you.
path and for
Yes.
me to be able to see all the great things that you're doing in the community for our youth and for our families as well.
Yes.
And I just want to say, I just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for coming on Portsmouth Coffee Talk. And we can't wait to let us know in the grand opening so we can come by and share the
Absolutely.
celebration in the grand opening. So, James, I'm going to let you say a
Absolutely.
few closing words and then we'll let Carlton have the last words. But once again, thank you so very much, Carlton. And thank you for coming on the show that I moderate. Thank you so very much.
You're very much welcome, Leah. Thank you, Slim. Thank you, Colonel. Colonel ain't said nothing to me tonight, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, I'll explain. Colonel is picking up his son at the
Okay.
airport, and it might be a connection thing there because I'm
Yeah.
sure he had a line of
Yeah.
questions
You
if
know
he
he
could have
did.
gotten through. But
You
next
know he
time he'll
does.
be on there. He'll be
Yes.
on
I'm
there
ready to
Yes,
because
indeed.
represent
he'll
y'all.
tie you into politics,
Oh, he's
brother.
saying something, James. James, he's saying something. Colonel, what do you have to say, Colonel?
Well, I would
Colonel?
say, you talk. Yes, you talked about in donations, but I think we need to change the verbiage to say this is an investment into the youth, and
Yeah, that's what
that's
I said.
better buy-in than donations. Let's invest in youth, and that's what you're doing. And people that in the neighborhood, in the community, don't donate to us, invest in us. That's what I have to say.
Yes.
Thank you, Colonel.
Yes. Thank you, Colonel. That does make a lot of sense. Invest in
Yeah,
us because we're definitely investing in the future of our city, our kids, and our
Yep.
families.
Yes.
very few words, but very effective.
Exactly.
Thanks, Colonel.
Exactly.
I thought,
Exactly.
Colonel, you gotten arrested out there at the airport, parking where you want to park.
Well, he don't want no
Uh-huh.
parts of me.
Anyway, Carlton, I want to, thanks for extending what you're doing in Cavalier Manor to the south side, because
Yes.
even though the city has a facility there, whatever other uh, activities we can bring to the I believe underserved south side area of our city
That's right.
is welcome. So thanks for what you're doing, and we're looking forward, like Leah said, to the grand opening, and looking forward to big things for our youth out there in that area as well as the Cavalier Manor area. So God bless you, brother, and
Well,
keep it up. And we look forward to bringing you back, to come back and just
absolutely.
give us updates, because I'm sure you'll be growing and growing from this point on.
Absolutely. 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 I want to thank you guys for having me on. And I want to thank you. And I'll see you guys at your homecoming.
Yes, you
Uh,
will. Yes, you will. But Carlton, also tell your family and friends that they can go back and watch. If they missed it at this hour, they can go back and watch it on James Overton's page or on my page. And I'm sure your daughter or TNT has put it on your page, as well as they can go to Portsmouth Coffee Talks YouTube page and they can watch it ad infinitum. It goes on forever and ever. Okay. So
Yes. Before I go, Liz, Slim, I want to give a big shout out to my mother. My mother is a strength that I bear each and every day. Just seeing her become a single mom and taking care of 3 kids and all that she did and sacrificed for us is a big reason why I go hard in the paint, because my mom went hard. And so I want to give a big shout out to Vivian Copeland. My dad taught us how to use our hands and how to work hard. But when you see your mom taking care of your brother and your sister and working 2 and 3 jobs, you want to do good. You want to excel, and you want to make sure that the love that she extended to you, that you extend, that all I want her to do is be proud of me to do the things that I do. So thank you, Mama.
I'm sure she is, without a doubt. There's no doubt. Believe me.
Yeah. And like I said, big shout out to my wife. Like I said, she bore 6 of my 8 children, and that wasn't a small defeat. And so I thank you, Millie, for being the mother of our 6 and the 8 that we have. And we have a new granddaughter that's 5 months old, Layana Camille Johnson Copeland. So God got a funny sense of humor. He let my youngest graduate, but he said, "Start all over, son. Start all over." So I'll take the challenge. I'll take the challenge with my granddaughter. So I love her to death, and I love my family. Thanks for having me on.
That's what the Mustangs do. And look, Carlton, when the basketball season comes now, Northam plays Manor twice. So one of those games, let's go together, because I want to be sitting beside you when we claim, victory. So one of those games, let's remember, let's call each other and try to go together and sit beside each other. I think that'd be fun.
I wish I was sitting beside you last year when my son dunked on y'all in the dog pound. I wish I was sitting beside you.
The key word was last year. Okay. But I will give it to your son. I will give it to your son. I like individual play. So no matter who they're playing for, I like that.
I'll find you in the stands. We'll make connection before, and we'll sit beside each other, and we'll see what happens.
Preferably
we sure will good.
Like the football game last week.
I told him we weren't gonna bring that up.
Yeah, I tell you what y'all can do. Y'all can make.
I promised him, Leah.
Y'all can make.
I told her I couldn't speak for you though.
Every fishbowl, Leah, can you make that happen? Man, we need to play on Fishbowl Saturday. Fishbowl.
Yeah, they need to bring back a football game to that parade. Absolutely. And by the way, that parade was one of the biggest ones I've seen in years for the Fishbowl, since they didn't have football games. And most of it, what made me proud was it was mostly children's groups. And I was telling somebody that was standing beside me, I said, see, this is what they need to see. People need to see that what Portsmouth represents. All these children and all these different groups out here doing good things, and all these children at a young age learning. And like the Colonel said, they're being invested in. And it was just great to see all that happening. The word just doesn't get out enough, but we will talk about it here on Coffee Talk. So our youth are doing great, and
that's right.
So the word needs to get out. But thanks, everybody. Leah, any last words, and then we'll sign off?
No, like I said before, if you missed this great interview with Mr. Carlton Copeland, you can go back and watch it on our YouTube page, Coffee Talk YouTube page, James Overton's Facebook page, or my Facebook page. And we are just so thankful, Carlton. You've been a blessing to us on this evening.
Thank you.
And we're glad that you decided to share this Thursday evening with us. So once again, I just want to say thank you so very much for what you do and for who you are. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Okay, you've just watched Portsmouth Coffee Talks Evening Edition show Thursday night with host, moderator Leah Drake-Stitt, along with co-hosts Thomas the Colonel Chapman, and our special guest, Carlton Copeland, the Manor Mustang man.
Absolutely.
I'll give it to you, brother.
Hey, Colonel, you can go back to 1987, and you can look at that standing. Carlton Copeland, #1 receiver.
Okay.
I ain't gonna get into all of that, but I know you didn't.
Have to look at that.
You can check your records. Go back to 1987.
Okay.
1987, and what'd you say? Top bench player? Did you say what?
Bench player? No.
What?
#1 receiver.
Oh, #1 receiver. I'm sorry.
Yes. It's okay. Hey, Leah, get us some more headphones. They're not working.
Okay, I will.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I was a football player. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you,
Good
Sam.
night,
Thank you,
Carlton.
Leah. Thank
Good
you,
night.
Colonel. All
All
right.
right.
Good night.
Good
Take
night,
care,
Carl.
everybody.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
See you next time.
Next time.